The story of compassion. It was a quiet morning. Inside her small house, an old woman sat in the dark. She felt very weak because she has not eaten for a couple days. Her stomach hurts and her body felt heavy. She kept looking at the door, hoping her husband would come home soon. Maybe he will bring few fruits this morning, she thought. She was so tired that even moving her arms was hard. Then she heard a soft voice from the outside. Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Mata Annapurneswari. She stayed very still. A young boy was at her door asking for food. She felt a deep sadness in her heart. She thought, how can I face him? I have nothing to give. The boy called out again, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi, Mata Annapurneswari. His voice kind and steady. The woman forced herself to stand up. She began to search every corner of her kitchen. She looked inside the old metal tins, but they were empty. She looked in the wooden boxes, but there was only dust. She found nothing. She stood in the shadows and cried quietly. She was not crying because she was hungry. She was crying because she felt bad that a guest was at her door and she has nothing to offer. I am so poor, she whispered. I cannot even give a little fruit to this child. But she did not give up. She reached her hand into the back of a dusty jar. Her fingers touched something small and dry. It was a tiny, dried-up Amla fruit. It was the only food she had in the world. Even though she was starving, she did not think about eating it herself. She only thought about the boy waiting outside. She took a deep breath and walked towards the door. The old woman stepped out into the cool morning air and saw the young boy. He looked so peaceful, yet her heart broke because she had so little to offer. With trembling hands, she dropped the tiny Amla fruit into his hand. This is all I have, my son. Her voice cracking with emotion. Please do not be angry with my poverty. I wish I could give you a feast. The young boy, Adi Shankara, looked down at the dry Amla. He saw the tears in her eyes and felt the deep ache of her hunger. He realized that the woman was giving him the very last bit of food she had. He was deeply shaken. He had never seen such a pure act of love. He did not just see a poor woman. He saw a golden soul. He turned his gaze towards the sky, looking past the clouds and into the heavens, and began to speak. Angam hare pulakabhushanam ashrayanti, brunganganeva mukulabharanantamalam, angikruta kila vibhuti rapangalila, mangalya dhastu mama mangala devatayaha. The words flowed out him like a beautiful golden river. This was the Kanakadhara Stotram. He sang the beauty of goddess Lakshmi, the mother of all wealth. He told the goddess, look at this woman. She has nothing, yet she has given everything. How can you let her suffer? As his voice echoed through the quiet village, something miraculous happened. The sky above the hut began to shimmer. Suddenly, a soft golden light broke through the roof. The air filled with the sweet smell of lotus flowers. From the empty air, thousands of gold coins began to fall. They hit the floor of the hut like heavy rain. They filled the empty pots, piled up in the corners, and rolled across the dusty ground. The goddess Lakshmi had heard the prayer. Moved by the woman's sacrifice and Shankara's song, she showered the house with the Kanakadhara, a rain of gold. The old woman fell to her knees, not because of the gold, but because of the grace she felt. The hunger in her body was gone, replaced by a peace that glowed brighter than the new wealth filling her home. Young Shankara smiled, his heart finally at rest, knowing that such extraordinary compassion had received the reward it deserved. This is the story of ultimate compassion. The moment a heart hollowed by hunger proved to be more vast than the greatest empire. It is a reminder that a small, tiny gift given with a pure soul has the power to move the heavens and turn a house of dust into a palace of gold. Kanakadhara, the story of compassion.